So it's auction day. I'm pumped. Out at the Ballarat Vintage Collectibles Market, they're having their first auction, and I was going in optimistic that I'd get a couple of things, but I've ended up with 14 items today, so I'm very happy. I'm going to have a quick chat about the place and then show you through what I've actually picked up. Some absolutely fantastic stuff out there, good variety of things and really well ran. So if you flash back probably just over a couple of months ago, I went out there and had a chat to Shane about the place when they were getting ready for the upcoming auctions, and now it's going to be a monthly thing, and it's got me excited, especially with some of these things that I got. So let's get into it. The good thing about this is it's very simplistic. You can go straight up, get your number, bid there, sit in-house and live. There's a lot of people there physically bidding, but I was sort of hanging there around at the back, just actually bidding on my phone. So you have that ability as well, and you can stream it. So you don't necessarily have to be there on the day, although I recommend getting down there, and they have viewings through the week. So I was able to go and check out the items before actually bidding on them. But it started off with something, for me, my first thing that I was bidding on that I really had my eyes on.
On the floor. Getting on the internet. Nut on the floor. At the sold. Number one.
I was super excited for this, and it's something that I've purchased out there many years ago. In one of my videos you would have seen, I did pick up a Castle Grayskull out there. Now, since then I've picked up a few and I've sold them all when we moved to this place, and I'm thinking now for the $1 challenge, maybe I can get my hands on a cheap Grayskull and take it off the kitty. So it's essentially $1. Got the Castle Grayskull?
Yes.
That's a beauty, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you got yourself a little Chup Chub zombie head.
Yeah, I'm going to keep that one. But you're looking it up first, aren't you?
So it was a little bundle. It was Grayskull and the Battle Bones. I've never had Battle Bones. First time. Generally, they can go for anywhere between 50 to 100 from 1984. This one in particular did have one of the clips broken, which is pretty common, and it's good that only one was broken. I think I can easily get probably 60 minimum, and I'm going to shoot at the high range, see how we go, but that's going in the $1 challenge along with the Castle Grayskull. Just probably 6 months ago I sold my last Castle Grayskull on eBay, and I got 160 plus shipping just for the shell. So I don't know where they're currently sitting with market. Collecting markets have obviously dropped off a bit. I will scope out some comps. I'll probably put them there. I haven't looked at them yet. And if it's kind of less than what I want to get for it, I'll keep it. But this one did have some of the accessories in it. So that's a bonus because quite often they're missing. It's not all there, it's not fully complete, but they're there. So that's a bonus. But it was a good way to start off this auction. I'm glad I picked them up.
Number 17 is the Pimps.
Then a little record bundle popped up. This one caught me by surprise. I didn't actually look at it physically. I didn't really know what was in there. No one was bidding on it. There was only the one bid on it at $10. So I jumped on at 20, took a gamble, still haven't gone through the lot yet. It does look to be mostly shit. But that's what you tend to get in a lot of those. For the sake of $20, I'm pretty confident that particular bundle I could put on eBay and probably get 40 or 50. That was sitting on top, the man from Snowy River. So, you know, we got 1978 grand final, the highlights, dressing room interviews and highlights with Jack Dyer, Ted Whitten. That's pretty cool, something different. John Kennedy, a memorial album. So these are super random stuff that I probably got the commemorative edition. Roosevelt, Richard Nixon, John F. Kennedy. These are super unique. Jane Fonda does well sometimes with certain things, especially VHS. Jane Fonda's workout. So look, Cadbury Crunchy, Johnny English. We got Dire Straits, Alicia Bridges, Elton John, the Boomtown Rats, Paul Evans, Eric Clapton. Bit of a compilation there. In concert, we have Sherbet. Yeah, look at this bloke. Golf instructions. He's just about to ram one home, isn't he? 24-page book of instructions. How to play golf on record. What the actual fuck? That is very unique. That's a double too. So if you don't know how to play golf, back in the day, you could get it on record. That's a pisser. Hopefully it's worth something, actually. Barbara. We all love a bit of Barbara.
Dude, this is pretty f***ed up right here.
Barbara Streisand. She gives me the fucking shits. I don't know about you. Jim knows, yeah, look, there's some very random shit. Benny Goodman. It's, a lot of that stuff just definitely bundled. Something that I spoke about a little while ago that I've been doing really well with is old tobacco tins and cigarette tins. I won a little while ago at a different auction, and I've been sort of moving those through the cabinet out at the collectibles market, and you know, a lot of these are only sort of 10 to 15 bucks, $5 each. So sometimes it's not really worth me putting them on eBay because they will sit for a bit too. But there's been a couple sell out there, which has been great, and there's a couple sort of selling on eBay for me. So there was I think about 3 or 4 tin lots popped up, and I ended up with 2 of them. One cost me 60, one cost me 40, and there's quite some good stuff in there. I've already sold 2 of the tins, which are the only 2 that I did list with these Marlboro tins. How much cooler was it to smash ciggies back in the day? Yeah, so they're actually gone. So they went for $60, which is what I paid for one whole lot. So we'll flick through and have a look at the other tins, but it is something definitely to keep the eyes out for. Some nice ones in here. That's like mint condition, the Freedom. I don't know what it's worth. 160 by 40. Nice and clean, that tin. I showed you the Marlboro ones. I think this is all the tobacco stuff. Oh, they've probably all been mixed up now, but Craven cigarettes. So these are like mostly the $5 to $10 range from what I can gather. Lady Winton, the Ritmista Lavande. Sounds posh as. So yes, that's a matter of research. That's a pissy little fuck. What was a lot of these are potentially going to be sold though. Like I said, I got a mate that does collect these, and he's got first dibs to come and have a sticky beak. He hasn't been here yet. But lots of log cabin. Some of them quite beat, but always. What was this? It was probably Polish or something. Fuck me dead. It smells old as shit. Poor. Crack of that. Just some nails. That did sound kind of naily, but old tin of nails there. What else we got? Woodbine tobacco, the Elizabeth, old Port Colts. We got, what's this? Plum cake. Bit of plum cake. Let's give this the old sniff test. Nothing really going on there. Cold flake cigarettes. So bicycle repair kit. People collect those. So lots of tins. Pretty happy with the tin buy. It's sort of that $60, $40. So I think they're going to move pretty well, especially out there. I think that'll be the main sort of thing for it. I've got a few over there, but as I said, I'm posting those Marlboros off tomorrow, and I've got the 60 back on those anyway. So we are, close to profit on that one already, so that's a bonus. So what I'll do, I'll sort through these. A good mate of mine does collect some of this stuff, so I'll show him first, see what he wants to pluck out, and well, those couple are gone, and then I'll filter some through back out at the cabinet because a couple sold this week, and then I might chuck a few on eBay if it's worth my time. there was a hell of a lot of random different things, and it was a really good variety for the reseller, the collector, or someone just wanting to pick up something at the auction. There was just a good mix, and I think it was really well done. Seen lots of oil tins going out, lots of just collectibles, whether it was glassware and all that sort of stuff. But there was quite a bit of AFL stuff, and the next lot that popped up was the main thing I was looking at for the day, and it was a decanter. It's not something that I generally love to buy. I don't do a lot of glassware, but it was right up my alley, and it was 40. So with the this auction, I was really kind of going in on a whim because I haven't sold something like this before, but it was this Brisbane Bears decanter. So it was Engove's Tawny Port, originally bottled by Oakwood Wines. I thought that was really cool. And Brisbane Bears stuff, I'm always on the hunt for Brisbane Bears. If you remember a video I did last year, I picked up a footy jumper on Depop for $100, put it on eBay the day I got it and sold it for $600. So Brisbane Bears is highly collectible. Basically, long story short, there was the Fitzroy Lions and the Brisbane Bears back in the 90s, and they merged to become the Brisbane Lions, which is who are currently in the AFL now. So Bears stuff, very collectible. They weren't around for very long, but this one I'm really not sure. I paid $100 for it, and there was one listed currently for $500, but it is full. It still has the port in it. This one, I don't think this is the original cork. It might be. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to have a look. Oh, you can still smell that. I got fucking a little bit blind off that, I think. Definitely do not drink that shit myself, but that is really cool. I think that's a really nice collector's piece, and with the official stamp there, I think that's a really, really nice piece, and I feel like that's at least 200 at least, but we'll see. It's definitely money back. I could put it on Facebook if I can't move it. I can't see it being really fast, but to get that, I think that's probably the buy of the day, Millie. Although there is some good stuff coming up, so we'll see. Another thing I was really, really keen on pre-auction was there was a Star Wars toy lot.
$10 instruments. It's are $850, $860, $870.
Hey, this lot actually took off. He basically let this one go and just said, have your fun, have your bids.
Bad too, but I know how bad you all want it. So at $950 is all done and finished. $950. I'm giving this plenty of time. Going once. No, we're back in. That's all I know it's going to happen, yeah?
And well, that's what happened. I was in there at about $200 prior to the auction. I went early, and this thing just took off. And I think it just scraped in shy of $1,000.
Going once, $990. Going twice. Sold. That is going.
When I was pre-bidding, I didn't see that there was a wrestling lot there, and I went in blind on this, but I didn't really care because I really wanted to see what was in it. There was a little LJN thumb wrestler, which they're worth generally $10 to $15, but it was mostly around the vintage wrestling magazines. So there's a stack here, and it's the wrestling ring side. So I've had a look since online, not a thorough look, but it appears that some of these can go for around that sort of 15 to 20 each. So I'm wondering if it's worth me doing that or doing a bundle. They're in fantastic condition, but it's a whole stack of these wrestling mags, and look, I won't go through them all, but it's really cool just looking at the covers here. I got that little lot for $40, and hell, if I can get $20 a magazine, I'm laughing. I probably won't, but we'll see how that goes. A couple of little lots of cigarette cards popped up. There was the Magpie cigarette cards and then the mixed cigarette cards. So there's some military stuff in there. I think the Magpie cards were all jockeys. So these things are very collectible. From what I can gather, that market sort of stooped a little bit. It's more than likely I'll just keep these in lots and see what happens with them. But I could be kind of sitting at that value peak. I'm not really sure. Otherwise, I'll chuck them back out in the cabinet out there so they can go back out there. But these things are collectible. People do get them. I don't think it'll be an individual thing. It's been a bit Siggy heavy. Is it obvious I'm an ex-smoker? Oh, craving a durry. Smoking was way cooler back in the day, wasn't it? But anyway, there was some advertising there. There was some light box advertising, and I thought these were really, really cool. 3 of them, and I ended up getting them for $30. So quickly go through them. These would have been in like milk bars and things like that up above the cigarette cabinets. But we've got the Winnie Reds, the race in 1999. It's got the F1 on there, so that's a pretty cool one. I like that. In good condition. We got the Turn to Gold, the Full Taste cigarettes there. Some nice looking ones here, and there's the PJs. They were the sort of go-to darts back in the day, all the Winnies, weren't they? The Bensons, I can't remember. But we've got the PJ 25s there, so really cool to get the advertising. I don't think they'll go for a hell of a lot, but they are nice ones to get, and once again, very collectible. People love collecting cigarette type things because these days it's frowned upon. The advertising, it's nowhere. It's all plain. It's got brutal photos on it of Brian and his mates, fucking dead lungs and dead kids and just brutal shit on them. So it's enough to keep me away from them for now, until I've had a couple of froffies maybe. But yeah, the advertising is very collectible, and that's why I've picked up them and some tins and all the fun shit. Seen it sort of sitting there, and I didn't really look much into it until it popped up, and there was no one bidding on it, or one other bidder or something, and I put $30 on it and got it. What they were, I can't show you all of them because most of them are sold. That's the Animal Crossing Amiibo card collector's album, and they were sealed in this plastic here. But I had a look online, and they were sort of listed for around that 40 mark. So I thought, bugger it, there's like 9 or 10 albums, or however many albums are in there, quite a few. So I'm gonna have a bit of a stab at this and see how they go. Well, after I listed them, 2 hours later, somebody in America bought 8 of them for $250. So that's $30 into $250, and I've still got a couple left that aren't currently listed. I've got to put those up. So I'm taking that as a win.
See, right, 30, 40 anyway. 40, 40, 40, 40, 40.
2-piece Collingwood bundle. We've got the bendy figure mascot here, still new and sealed in box. One really cool thing about this, it's unpunched. What that means is this here, where they hang them off the shelves and whatnot, hasn't been popped through. So that's a big deal for collectors, and probably not so much this stuff, but for other stuff generally, being unpunched means you're going to get some more money. I think I can push it out to about $25 on that, and I've paid $60 for this little lot. But I also got the Collingwood mirror there, so these are very up and down. I sold one of these quite some time ago and snagged, I think, near on $150. Probably get, well, min 100. I did have a look at current solds and stuff, and there's some for that $50 mark. I looked at that prior to buying this. I'm just confident, especially with the pies flying now. I think this will go. Look, if it doesn't, I'll probably at least get my money back if I moved it locally. So I'm not too stressed about that. I don't see it being a fast mover at high price, but I'm going to pick those up every day of the week. Another little footy lot popped up. This came with it. This is a little Big Shots standee, cardboard standee from Lombard. It's sealed, and they go for about $20. So I've paid $30 for this lot, and I think I'll get about $20, a slow $20 for that. They're not highly sought after, but this was the little banger here in box. It's a 90s piggy bank. You just don't see these getting around, at least in box. So I'm actually wrapped with that, but I mean, it looks like it's been retied in there. It might have come a gutcher at some point, but the fact that the box is still there is a bonus. So I'm just going to mark this up. I couldn't find one of these in the box listed. I'm going to mark it up and just see what comes of it. Even if it sits there for a bit. I've paid $30. I mean, I feel like minimum $60 in this, and then you've got that as well. And my final win for the day, I didn't plan on winning this. It was kind of last second. Myself and Bianca went and actually had a bit of lunch there. Smashing into it. You winning anything?
I haven't bid on anything.
I got the sheet here.
Don't let people see what I'm bidding on.
Oh, what, you've written on it? Mm-hmm. I was going to show people what they can bid on. Get my own sheep. I didn't get a sheep. I'm not that lucky. So if you are down there for the day, if you make the trip, don't bother stopping and getting lunch somewhere before you go there. Maggie's Cafe is in the building and the food is absolutely amazing. She was smashing down some chips and gravy. I got the croissant because I'm a bit more fancy, you know how it is. And me Dr. Pepper, they don't have froffies there. But there's a good feed in there. So if you're going down there for a look, if you go into the auction or if you're just simply looking around the market, it's freaking massive. I've showed you that. If you haven't seen that video, swing over and have a look. The cafe's bloody unreal. Good coffee, good food. It's got everything in it too. So anyway, we stopped and had a bit of lunch and I was just sort of keeping an eye on the auction. I seen the M&M lot pop up and I thought, bugger it, I'll throw a bid on it because I've done pretty well recently in M&M sort of dispensers, candy dispensers and clocks and collectibles. Yeah, we'll look at
that's a lot of stuff.
Do you know what they are?
No?
M&M's. Look, advertising stuff. Candy dispensers.
This one's cool.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? What's
That
this
one's a candy one too, and this one.
one? Right. Do you reckon they're good? Do you reckon that's a good buy?
What is it?
Do you reckon the M&M stuff's a good buy? Good purchase?
No, yes, but I'm gonna keep these.
Says who?
I'm gonna keep these
Says who?
because we're gonna put some M&Ms in them.
Oh, I don't reckon.
Yeah, we are because I'll just show you something. You can take the lids off. I'll show you. See? There is a good market for it. It can be slow. Some of the M&M stuff is good. Some of it's not good, but it has been moving for me. So I chucked a $50 bid on this lot, and it's probably a little bit more than what I wanted to pay. So I don't know why I did that bid, but anyway, I did it. I won it, and there's quite a few nice ones in there. I'm going to make money on that. Won't be huge dollars, but it's nice to get that sort of stuff. And once again, it's sort of the sort of stuff I could probably put in the cabinet and I think would move okay out there. I think a lot of the stall holders do move a bit of the M&M stuff. I've seen a lot of that stuff out there. So that's all the lots that I've picked up. So what I might do is an update on this sort of down the track, how much I've actually made out of this purchase from the auction, so I could show you through some of that stuff today. And look, I'll probably do it again when I go back out there in a month's time. So if you're free, Sunday in 4 weeks. If you're watching this video after Sunday in 4 weeks, it was previously, but I think he's doing it every month. So just jump on their Instagram, give them a follow, and you'll get updated when they're doing their auctions. A lot of stuff sort of went cheap, so it was a really good day, really well ran, and it can only get better, can't it? So appreciate you all for being here. Thank you very much. I'll see you hopefully out at the next auction.